Stevenson had not wrestled Hurd, so we will have a wrestle back there. Two of them. Prairie Sheen against Lodi, and then Viroqua against Mauston.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to introduce the championship match that's on your screen right now. This is Zane Licht of Lodi, 48-0. And he is wrestling Prairie du Chine's Luke Kramer, who's 43-5.
Yeah, both these gentlemen were in the state tournament last year. I looked that up earlier today, or just before this round started. I know Licht was the champion, and maybe Kramer was down at 45. Luke Kramer was your fifth place finisher at 145 last year at the state tournament, and Zane Licht is your returning state champion at 152.
Now this is definitely probably one of the hardest tournaments some of these guys have been to besides Bi-State this year.
Yes, by far.
And, as it should be. This is a qualifying tournament. This is where the rubber meets the road.
We're going to get in trouble by the boss, though. We have to feature this third place match. I can't slip in here. This is Trevor Thielman from Richland Center. Yeah, my fault, not yours. Trevin in a close match here, going for third place match. He's right now with 35 seconds to go in his match with Patzner from Arcadia. 0-0 with 30 seconds to go here in the first period. We've been so impressed watching Licht all day in his takedown clinic that I forgot to look around. My fault. His dad was sitting at the head table. His dad is still sitting up to the head table there, Terry. And his mom's usually running around taking pictures here somewhere. Yes, there she is over in the corner. A lot of dedication to this program. Now lift, Trevin. Oh, there's where you needed just some more real estate or day in your hour or whatever. Good period for him, though. 0-0. Still 2-0 in our championship match. In our third place match down there, we have a 2-1 lead in favor of the young man from Adams Friendship, and that would be Dokken. That'd be Cole Dokken. I think we had a Dokken in one of the earlier weight, or probably the previous weight class. Thielman chooses down here to start the second period. Got a shot here. If he can win this match, he locks himself into going to the Dells next week. And this I always say, and Carl and I have talked about this a couple times today, this is a qualifying tournament. You can come out of here in a fourth place finish and still make it to the state tournament next week because 3 people qualify out of there next week. And you already know you're one of the better wrestlers here if you just survive this tournament.
No doubt.
This sectional is going to do quite well regional, super regional is going to do quite well next week. Not that there's soft teams coming in from the other direction because nice move by Thielman. He turns, nice job. At least going to get one out of this. Trying to come in a little deeper now. There, that kind of.
There, 1 and 2.
Yep, and that's what they're going to give him too. That was kind of set up by the young man from Arcadia countering there, Patzner. So they stayed on their feet long enough with enough, angle with each other that the referee awarded the escape. And then Thielman did a nice job coming right back in and getting the takedown. Nice 3-0 lead here. Now we're down to the last 25 seconds of the second period. Oh, now Thielman got out high, and that's going to cost him. And he's going to give up a reversal with less than 20 seconds to go.
I don't know who's all at the other regional, but I would put up the number of state place winners and qualifiers here against that.
Yeah, there's some quality, at least history teams over there. You got Campbell Sport over there. You got Winneconne, and we see out here our official that we're watching in this match, Mark Parrott. He's from Portage. Portage has got some nice wrestlers still on their squad. So they've got some quality athletes over. Lamira's in that sectional, super regional. I get there.
Man, I'd like to go through. I don't have this information, but I'll bet there's a qualifier or a place winner in almost every. I don't know about heavyweight. 220 heavyweight.
Yeah, 220 with our biggest loss happened at Christmas time when we lost Teague Perkins, who was fourth place finisher last year. Now we got a tie match though as Trevin gives up an early escape here. So this next takedown is going to be big in this third place match. Surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, Kramer is giving our state champion a pretty good run for his money. It's 5-1 at the end of the second period. Thielman comes in there deep, almost got a double leg takedown, and that was a good call there because you could just see Thielman was putting the pressure on the young man from Arcadia, and he just kind of backed out of bounds and got warned for stalling. Oh, now he got him fired up a little bit, and he gets a nice double leg shot. Thielman's got to scramble here, keep that head tucked in there and arch, but now you got that the head out. That's going to, he's trying to work pretty good yet for a switch, but it doesn't take much for Patzner to get the advantage, get the takedown, and there it is, yep. Now he's got to let go of that switch, and he's got to come back to his base and build up and go. Now he's down 5-3, less than 50 seconds to go here. Needs to move. Trevin, problem with Trevin is he did wrestle Doken in the quarterfinals, and right now Doken is losing. So Trevin's got to get going or he's going to have a wrestle back here, and he's going to have to work even harder yet to get to the Dells tournament. Still a chance to come back here and tie this up and get going. But now Patzner's got him broke down flat on the mat, and it's going to be tough to get out here in the last 10 seconds to tie this up. That's how it's going to end. 5-3 in favor of Patzner from Arcadia. And now Trevin Thielman's going to have to wait and see if he's got a wrestle back. Right now it's 7-5 down there in the far match. And that's in favor of Fry, the young man from GET. And if he wins, there will be a wrestle back for fourth place at 152.
And right now, Licht has pulled ahead 7-1 with 20 seconds to go over Kramer of Prairie du Chien. It was just 5-2 or 5-1. He gave up a couple near fall points.
Kramer has already defeated Patzner, so as far as that goes, now we have a tie match down there.
The wrestlers kind of stopped because they saw the towel guy, but there was no whistle.
Yeah, so now we're going to go to sudden victory down there. As you mentioned earlier,
first takedown wins.
Lodi wins here, 7-2, your final. So there won't be any wrestle back. Licht will be 1, and Kramer will be 2, and Patzner will be 3, but we could have a wrestle back for 4th. And right there it is. No matter what happens now, Trevin Thielman is going to the sectional tournament. Good break for him there. So headlock takedown for Doken from Adams Friendship, and he wins that match. So Trevin Thielman finishes 4th and advances for Richland Center.
St. Joseph Equipment has been a part of the agricultural industry since 1948. St. Joseph Equipment serves southwestern Wisconsin and southeast Minnesota with all of your agricultural equipment needs, from planting to harvest and everything in between. Contact the professionals from St. Joseph Equipment today. Best of luck to the area teams throughout the state tournament trail. The Marketplace, when it comes to fresh produce and quality meat for the Gaze Mills and Soldiers Grove area. Quality products along with Sunix gasoline, your everyday grocery items located in Gaze Mills. And the Shawin Company. Jim invites you to attend the 10th annual Stump Dodger Bash coming up on July 1st through the 4th, 2023. It's a great time. Call 608-735-4929.
Do you learn differently and struggle to learn new information? Do you lack confidence in your ability to learn at the college level? At Southwest Wisconsin Technical College, we believe in the abilities of every student. We know if you use our services, you will succeed. Southwest Tech has free support systems in place and people who are ready to help you reach your goals. At Southwest Tech, everyone belongs.
So that completes that weight class. We move on to 160. And at 160, we don't really have a whole lot of local interest here. Do have a good match between 1 and 2, though, in the championship match. And that's Avery from Prairie du Chien taking on Clemens of Lodi. So it does make a difference as far as the team score. Team score, though, is kind of slipped ahead here for Prairie du Chien. One thing we got to remember, this is about the time Prairie du Chien's got a bunch of them all together right in a row, really tough wrestlers. But right now, Prairie du Chien out in front, 240 to 224 and a half.
Wow.
So we'll leave it on there. Carl will bring you up to speed with a few more of our fine sponsors. And then we'll just kind of watch this action and get ready for the next weight class.
Well, we'd like to thank the Viroqua Wrestling Club. Support of today's broadcast comes through the Viroqua Wrestling Club, as they wish co-head coaches Jared Getter and Rob Zuby, staff and wrestlers good luck during the state tournament run. And the WCCU with branches in Richland Center, Viroqua, Reedsburg, Cashton, Lake Delton, Westby, and in soon Baraboo. If you're looking for competitive loans or for the best return on your savings, be sure to stop in and talk to any of their service members for fast, courteous help. And if we talk about the Viroqua Wrestling Club, we might as well give a shout out to the Westby Wrestling Club. They are proud to support the Westby Wrestling team, and the Wrestling Club hopes that you are enjoying today's broadcast. And remember that the regional qualifier for the Youth State Tournament is this year's March 18th in Westby. And the Westby Co-op Creamery, located in downtown Westby, produces award-winning cottage cheese, cheese curds, as well as many other dairy products. Quality dairy products from the farm to the creamery to your home. Take home the country goodness, and good luck to the Westby Norsemen and all other area teams. Well, we're just about through the first period in all these matches.
2-0 in our championship match. Right now, Avery out in front over Clemens of Lodi. In our third place match, it's a 2-0 score there in favor of Schulte from River Valley. And then in our fifth place match, it's a 2-0 score in favor of the, I believe the young man from Austin, which would be Zimbauer over Black River Falls. But now Moses from Black River Falls comes back with some huge scoring moves there, and he's got Zimbauer in a lot of trouble and could actually even pin him here with a lot of time left here in the period. Now it's over. I can always tell about this time of year when some young men get caught where they feel it's the point of no return, and they just say, okay, it is what it is. Moses from Black River Falls will be your 5th place winner at 160 pounds for Black River. He's going to be looking for, see where he came through here. Well, he's already wrestled Schulte from River Valley, so he needs Schulte from River Valley to win if he would like to get a wrestle back here. Avery has increased his lead now to 5-0. And Schulte has increased his lead to 3-0 as they wind into, no, I guess they're only about halfway through the second period. 2 periods in our championship bout. This young Avery, he's coming into his own here at the end of the year. You know, he's got a nice record though, 43-6. I shouldn't say coming into it. He's already shown a lot.
That ain't doing too bad.
No, that ain't doing too bad. But right now he's got a conference championship last week, which kind of, some people at least, I'll have to admit, even myself was surprised. He beat a very fine wrestler from Riverdale, Ashton Meese.
Really?
Saw Ashton Meese earlier that I thought was going to be interesting to see him in a rematch against Tristan Stelt today. But as I was surfing there while you were covering for me, Carl, I see that Ashton actually dropped down to 52 today and Tristan stayed up at 60. And I believe they both won championships down there at Mineral Point today. This is kind of the rambling of an old wrestling ref because, as Carl said, we're not totally sure when this broadcast will air. You know, so a lot of this people already looked at and seen, but it gives us something to talk about.
Yep.
Oh, stalemate he called. It's kind of ironic there. For a second, I thought they all were giving up. I didn't think I saw any pin. Oh, nice shot by Avery there on a deep single leg. Go to the third period down there in our 3rd place match, and that's now in favor of Schulte, a 5-0 lead. I'll give a little more shout out because I've done this in the past. Is real nice group of coaches working down there now between Danny Makovic and TJ Waneke. They make a nice co-head coach job put together between the two of them there, and some really nice assistants. I'm not so much up on their names, but a good program going down there and some good things going to happen in the future in that program. Look for them to come back over the coming years. 7-0 in front of Avery as we're going to wind down and we're going to have a champion at 160 pounds. And Jeremiah Avery adds a class championship with a super regional championship 2 weekends in a row. He wins at Richland Center. Go ahead, Carl.
Well, we're going to swing down to the 3rd place match and bring you the last minute or so of action.
7-0 lead
Johnson
for Trey Schulte over Johnson of GET. We're going to see our first, not our first GET finalist, but I know he's pretty close to the coach there, Pete Peterson. His son trying to make a run at the state tournament this year as a senior. He's going to be taking on a very tough opponent in Brogan Brewer. That was kind of one of the team races maybe we thought we'd see today when we went into the CD meeting. We thought it would be more of a Prairie du Chien Mel Min GT type matchup, but Lodi has definitely shown that they have not gone away anywhere, which we normally know they don't go very far any year.
I don't think GET is going to punch their ticket to team sectionals.
Not today, no. They'd have to have a huge, tremendous comeback because they're at 183.5 and Lodi's at 224.5. This will be a pretty exciting championship match out here at 170. Schulte wins 7-0, and that completes that weight class.
Top Dogs Wrestling Club If you're looking for a proven winner in the wrestling world and want to learn from someone who has been there and done that, contact Stetson Clary. Get signed up for a great learning experience. Practices now in Richland Center and Soldiers Grove. We'll see you at the top of the podium. Tractor Central, located on Highway 14 between Westby and Viroqua, now putting a whole new spin on mowing with many top-notch John Deere lawnmowers. Tractor Central and John Deere, with fantastic offers on equipment and tremendous discounts going on right now. Stop in and talk to Don Wallace today. Give him a call, 608-634-3141. The Torkelson Funeral Home. Celebrating lives well lived is the belief of the Torkelson Funeral Homes. Located in Cashton, Tolman, Necedah, Norwalk, Ontario, and Sparta. The Torkelson Funeral Home has the professional staff and experience to support your family during your time of need. In Cashton, call 654-7764.
Russell Clemens, that's how they'll finish up there. 1, 2 for Lodi, 3 for River Valley. And Johnson has not wrestled Moses, so Johnson is going to have to go back, and we will have another wrestle back for 4th place back there between Black River Falls and GET. You set the stage here for this championship round at 170, Carl.
Well, I can sure do that. Ben Peterson of Millman GET is facing off against Brogan Brewer of Prairie du Chien. And then we're really going to go down to our actual match that we're going to cover. I was just teasing.
No, that's all right. I didn't mess up as bad this time as last time.
No,
we're going to get pretty much most of the match. Go ahead.
Well, we're gonna skip over to the 5th place match, and that will be
Cole Brenninger.
Yep, Cole Brenninger.
And he's taking on
Center.
Trey Morris of Wisconsin Dells, and he has an early takedown lead. So as we look at this match up here, we're watching two things. We want to first of all see Cole win down here and secure this 5th place finish. But then on the other end, we're kind of cheering against one of my other good friends, Randy Killen, as I see him standing down there. He's one of those old coach guys too. He can't really sit down all that much too. He's standing down there in the end. You can see the old flinching around father stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
He'd like to see his son win here, but I'd like to see his son give our Richland Center wrestler a chance for a wrestle back. So it's kind of a little wish on both hands, and let him just wrestle, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what shakes down later.
2-1 though right now. Cole Brenninger out in front. The championship match doesn't lead anything that we didn't expect either. 2-0 in favor of Brewer. Brenninger now with 5 seconds to go. Probably that's how this first period is going to end up. Quick move by Peterson from GET. He ties up that match. In our 3rd place match down here, it's still 2-1 in favor of Gillen from Boston Necedah. Go to the 2nd period down there. Brenninger has choice. Brenninger chooses down. 2-2 in our championship match. Going to have some blood time there. 2-1 in our 3rd place match. Gillen's still out in front. Since Brenninger and Winch wrestled in the quarterfinals there, we need to keep Brenninger well, first of all, we got to win down here, and he gets to escape. There we go. See, that always works once in a while, too. You get him fired up. We need Brenninger to win, and as soon as I didn't get that out of my mouth, he got an escape. 3-1 now. Needs a takedown here to increase his lead. We'll get the job done here going for a fifth first, and then we'll worry about if we're going to get a shot at a wrestle back. But kind of a moot point if you don't win this match. 1:09 left here in the second period. Nice try for a shuck there by Cole. Down into 50 seconds here now. Still hand fighting and pushing up a level. Shot there by him. And a nice counter. Nice shot by Morris, but a nice snap down by Brenninger. And then he snapped him down again and spun around behind and got the takedown. Now he's got a 5-1 score. He's really got, there's a fall down there.
And Gillen.
And that fall goes for Gillen. Really happy for Randy and his son, but that does shut the door on Cole Brenninger in his season. Now it's just to wrestle out and win your last match this year and start preparing for next year. Five to 1 as we wind down here in the second period. Brenninger maintains that lead. The choice for Morris from Wisconsin Dells, and he feels his best chance to get back in this match is to get up on his feet and hope for some kind of a throw of his own and get Brenninger in a lot of trouble. Still no score here, although we are going to have locked hands on Brewer, and now he's going to be down by 1. Going takedowns again. Another try for a snap down by Brenninger. Now he gets front headlock in. Now gets around behind. Needs to arch into it. Oh, he did a nice job of arching into it. Almost put Morris right on his back. Seems like he's got something going on with his hand. Either he jammed a finger or something. But he did get the takedown. He's up 7 to 1. But referee stops the match. Brenninger kind of shakes it a few times. He's a tough young man, and he's going to be right back at it. (4-2) in our championship match. Peterson out in front now. (7-1) with a minute to go now, and Brenninger up in front. I know he'd like to have a turn here, but he's got to be a little conservative, figuring that he's got a nice lead. You don't want to get yourself. We already saw what could have been a defensive pin here earlier tonight. Don't need to see another one.
We get stalling.
Warning stalling on Morris from Wisconsin Dells on the bottom. Stalling calls in sometimes in a situation like this, and people are wondering, you know, what's the top guy doing? You got to remember, stalling warning in some cases is just an indication that, you know, we need to know what's going on and somebody has to do something. Another takedown by Peterson in the championship bout. Got to be careful here, Cole. Don't want to get hooked in anything, get thrown at this late in the match. Spin through that. That's all right. He gave up a reversal. Still a 7-3 score. Down to the last 5 seconds. He scrambles out. Now you just got to be careful and don't get hurt here. Nice job. Cole Brenninger ends his year. Look at his record. You know, it'll be 33-12 as a junior. Not a bad record to take into your senior year. Look for good things out of him next year. He will end up 5th.
Now we can come back to that championship match.
Yep, 6-2 in favor of Peterson. This ends this way. There will not be a wrestle back because Gillen wrestled Brewer in the semifinals. So would this be one of the few other weight classes that we wouldn't have a wrestle back? 6-2 right now. Time really working in Peterson's favor. Not totally sure why Brewer's content to sit there. Peterson is definitely content to sit there. And that's how it ends. Ben Peterson picks up a fine 6-2 win there, and he will move on to the sectionals next week, and that's how they'll finish 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's how that weight class ends up. No wrestleback at 170.
Be sure to head out to Old Country Cheese for your Munster cheese and other favorite selections. It's old world cheese processing at its very best. Kelly looks forward to seeing you. And after that, stop out at Triggers and Tackle outside of Cashin, your top-rated Matthews bowls and accessories. We'll see you there. 357 State Highway 27. Award-winning service from the best small technology company in the nation. It's Vernon Communications in Westby and Viroqua. For local high school sporting events, community coverage, be sure to check out Vernon Communications Channel 14. Superior technology to our local communities for over 60 years.
I get my power from my co-op so I can put my energy into my family.
So I can put my energy into waking up the neighborhood.
So I can put my energy into planting seed for a brighter future.
Touchstone Energy Cooperatives. Power to your community, for your community. So your energy can go into the things that matter most to you.
Like my passion.
Who powers you? Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source of power and information. Visit touchstoneenergy.com to find your local co-op.
Moving on to 82, our feature bout will be again the 5th place bout, and that will be with, where's his first name? Aaron DiPietro coming out, and he will be taking on Berg from GET. Go ahead, Carl.
All right. Well, Aaron DiPietro coming in today 29-13, or that may be an updated score. We haven't confirmed nor denied that.
I'm pretty sure by the way it looks, they're updating them. So let's go with that, 29-13.
Yep, and Mitch Berg of Melman GET, 28-18, a junior.
Kind of way they did it last week too. The only way my simple math can figure it out is some of those really good kids with good records. I can tell their records went up today.
So other matches, not necessarily of interest. A nice single, but good defense coming around trying to get that crossface cradle locked up is Aaron. But Berg is to his feet, and they're going to get the takedown as they go out of bounds. Our championship match features Bryce Lenzendorf of Prairie du Chien, a sophomore, so he's got a couple years of wrestling ahead of him. And Mason Lane of Lodi, a junior. The 3rd place match is Dylan Warren of Wisconsin Dells, and Espen Swears of Mauston Necedah.
Swears is doing his part for DiPietro. It's just now a case of can DiPietro come back in this match?
Yes. He's given up 3 near fall. He can't quite get off his back, and it looks like it's over.
Mute point, isn't it?
1:25 pin time for Berg of Melman GET. So now, either way, let's see, Berg.
Why don't you switch it back to the championship match now? There we have a 2-2 score between Lenzendorf and Lane from Lodi. We'll figure out here in a second what our potential is for a wrestleback. That match down here just keeps going back and forth. You know, not like these two haven't wrestled each other before when you talk about Wisconsin Dells and Boston. But right now it's 5-2 in favor of the young man from Austin.
5-4.
5-4, thank you. I saw that, but I couldn't speak it. So 5-4 in favor of Sweers from Austin over Warren from Wisconsin Dells. Warren came in here as the #1 seed, but he was upset by Lenzendorf in the last round. Sweers came in here as the #6 seed, and he right now has a chance to advance himself in this tournament if he keeps winning. See in the Berg in his tournament day today. He has not met either Warren or Sweers, so I guess that automatically means we're going to have a wrestle back here for 4th and 5th place. Kind of figured that those weight class, or the chances for wrestleback were going to be greater in the 4th, 5th ones than they were for, a lot of times for the 2 and 3 ones. So it looks pretty obvious that we'll have a wrestleback for 4th and 5th after this round. Championship match is still 4-3 in favor of Lane. Lenzendorf, as Carl said, only a sophomore, 26-14 record. But it's not, in some ways not surprising either when you look at all the guys around him as far as working out in the practice room. You're bound to get better.
Well, Warren has tied it up on the 3rd place match. It's 7-7 down there.
Yep.
So we're going to start 3rd period on our feet. Lane of Lodi leading by a score of 5-3. Championship match.
Yep. Next takedown, is he going to solidify one's lead or it's going to be a tied match?
A couple of sophomores. That Sweers is only a sophomore too.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. I think that was one they moved up because they came in here and he just didn't have, I think 2 of his losses were because of injury earlier in the year. Third period going to go down in there, tied up. Minute to go here in the championship match. Still 5-3 in favor of Lane from Lodi. This freshman Lenzendorf, of course, that's a name, if you know anything about Prairie du Chien wrestling history, that goes back a long ways. One of the first, not sure how he did at state, but I know he was at least a state qualifier for Prairie du Chien. That name goes back. for a sophomore. The young man may not be as physical as the junior from Lodi, but he's giving him all he wants.
Yeah.
Still tied up down here in that third place match. Last 10 seconds to go here now. The young man from Prairie Sheen's just going to have to whip something. Tries once there to get it, now tries again. They go out of bounds.
1 second left. It's all over but the crying.
Yes, it is. Lane from Lodi is going to be your champion. With a fine 5-3 score. 1 minute to go. We'll turn it down to that third place match, because that's still tied up, 7-7. We're sitting here in the Mauston section, so should probably cheer a little bit for them. Although I think those are Del's people to our right, so I guess we're caught in the middle, Carl.
Yes. We're like France almost.
Oh, wow. Close to getting back points. Oh. That was close. Got one swipe out of the ref's hand. Got to be a little careful here now, too. I mean, he's being really aggressive. Oh, wow.
Yeah, right now they're trying to figure out if there has been a warning or if it should be a point. So they can go back and look. That's all on track wrestling if the table officials are doing their job. They'll be able to look at the official score there and
just got to be smart here if you're Swears from Austin.
yeah, there must have been a warning.
Don't jump and don't let him out. Just give one and let it go. Yes.
Yeah.
Good call by the referee. Sun victory. Fun to watch close matches like this. Both these crowds and both these young men giving everything they got. Sudden victory. You can get out in 4 seconds, Carl. You're moving.
Yeah.
Nice shot here now by Warren. He's in deep. And
And the other thing they've got to do is watch the celebrations, because it could not really affect their team scores, but
oh. Awesome match there. That was fun to watch. Like you said, either way.
Vesbach Oil and Propane, located at 120 East Decker in Viroqua. Proud to support today's broadcast of high school wrestling. Be sure to give Todd or Tina a call for all of your fuel needs. 637-2200. Premium farm fuels, gasoline, heating oil, propane, and of course premium diesel fuel. Vesbach Oil and Propane. Wishing everyone a 2020 Happy New Year. from the Viroqua Dental Center. When it comes to your dental care, be sure to contact the Viroqua Dental Center and Dr. Leanne Clown, providing you with the most up-to-date dental care and hygiene information. Your next great smile is just around the corner from the Viroqua Dental Center.
Swears has not wrestled Berg, so we will have a wrestle back there. Then we also will, I guess we take that back too. Warren hasn't wrestled. He wrestled Lensdorf, so no wrestle back there.
Well, we're going to jump up to 195 pounds, and our 5th place match between Trayton Schmidt of Viroqua and Isaac Duran from Dodgeville. So wrestler from Dodgeville, Duran, takes the early lead with the takedown. He's got a crossface cradle locked up. He's yet to turn, and now we are in near fall criteria. Schmidt able to fight off his back, almost get around and get the escape. Good enough for a 2 near fall, but Duran gets him locked into a front headlock series and goes back to work. So no change in control, no escape. So with the 2 takedown and the 2 near fall, it is 4-0 as Schmidt comes around the corner and gets a reversal. 4-2 is your score as we're 30 seconds away from seeing the end of the first period. Schmidt doing a good job staying around behind the hips, not giving up a reversal. I heard the fall.
Yep, fall down there in our 3rd place match. That will be Wampler from Adams Friendship coming up with that. He will claim, for right now, 3rd place.
Well, now Duran has Schmidt locked in a headlock. He's going to not give up any near fall, but he will give up the escape. It's 5-2. It should be 5-3 because he had the reversal and should have gotten the escape. So it should be 5-3. Scoring tower says 5-2 right now. As the second period sees Schmidt ride control, give up the escape. Should be 6-3 now. Yeah, they're already starting to think about the wrestlebacks. We are at 195.
Yes, we are. It's winding down here quick, and as we know, when we get to these upper weight classes, sometimes those weight classes can end quickly.
And we're going to get
another takedown, aren't we?
Takedown for Schmidt.
Yeah.
Should be 6-5 now. They did not award that escape, but it may have happened right at the end. I guess I didn't see any communication that may have happened.
Maybe there was another case where the clock ran out. Oh, too bad there. He tried to get a headlock in and it slipped off, and he gave up the takedown. So now 8-4. Favor of Dern from Dodgeville.
Dern.
Isaac Dern. Championship match so far pretty well been dominated by the fine sophomore with a 43-2 record, Blake Theory, over that would be Isaiah Grosskopf from Lodi.
Well, now Dern has got Schmidt on his back in near fall criteria. He's got a half Nelson in. It's not a pretty one, but it's good enough to work. 1 minute 45 pin time for Dern of Dodgeville. So that will end Schmidt's season.
So that takes Dern. And he, Knapmill here, have wrestled each other. So we have no wrestle back there. So Wampler is 4. Oops, nope. I got that wrong.
Well,
Knapmiller is 4. In this championship match, if it stays the way it is right now, we'll get through 195 without any wrestlebacks. This then leads us to our last 2 weight classes. Really don't, except for 220, 285, where we have Bruce Buchholz going against Bindle from River Valley, Brett Bindle. Those two have met each other several times this year and gone back and forth and back and forth. So that'll be an interesting match for 3rd. So that's probably our last match of the night as far as interest until we get maybe into the wrestlebacks. And I can't remember there if we have a whole lot of local interest or not. Looking at this championship match, 5-0. 3rd period now. Theory still out in front. As I mentioned before, if Theory wins, then Groskop has already wrestled Wampler, so there would be no wrestle back for 2nd place here at this weight class. So that would bring us back to the last 2 weight classes of the night. And then we'll start into the wrestlebacks. If I was a betting man right now, I'd say we're probably up in the neighborhood of 6 to 10 of them.
I think there's been 3 weight classes so far without.
But I don't think we've had many with 2. And I don't think we have many 2nd to 3rd either. Theory gets another nice double leg shot, another nice takedown. Now forcing in really hard, looking for a cross-face Turk, and he's got it. And now he's going to add up a few more points on that. Easily going to have a 10-0 lead when this is all said and done, unless he can secure the fall.
Well, that'll add to the team points and bump Prairie that much farther away from Lodi.
Now, right now, I think they've kind of cinched this in pretty good, especially if he gets another pin here, which won't hurt anything. He's got it tight now. Yes. There's another couple bonus points for Prairie du Chien. Theory will end up 1, Groskop 2, Wampler 3, and
no wrestleback.
Knapmiller, no wrestleback. Like to hear that, don't you?
The Viroqua Wrestling Club wishes all the best to co-head coaches Rob Zuby and Jared Gedder, their staff, and wrestlers. They remind you, January 14th, the Viroqua Youth Wrestling Tournament held in the high school gymnasium. And a big attraction coming up, it's the Cooley Conference Wrestling Meet, February 4th, 2023.
There are a lot of good reasons to shop the Westby Cooperative Creamery Cheese Store in Westby. Try the all-new sour cream pouch filled with fresh, all-natural sour cream that makes serving a whole lot easier. Just squeeze to put the finishing touches on any meal with no mess. Squeeze on tacos, chili, baked potatoes, you name it. Store it in your fridge for any time or bring it along on camping trips and picnics. Squeezable sour cream pouches are convenient farm-to-table country goodness from Westby Co-op Creamery.
So we're up to 220, our last two weight classes. We'll keep the camera on mat number 1. Maybe not a Richland Center or Viroqua wrestler, but we do have young man Zach Imes coming out from River Valley, and he will take on in his championship match Blaze Johnston from Adams Friendship, a senior with a 14-5 record. So we'll watch that match. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on in the other ones too, because we do have Lodi and GET going on mat number 1. And then in our third class, 5th place match, we have Lee of Black River Falls taking on Simmons of Prairie du Chien.
Well, we can thank a couple more of our sponsors before the end of the day. The Western Wisconsin Technical College, with the main campus in La Crosse and 5 regional locations in Western Wisconsin, offers flexible learning options, including online, face-to-face, and interactive distance learning. And the Zip Stop, with delicious hot and ready food, plus perfectly seasoned roasted chicken and crispy fried snacks prepared just for you. Food specials coming soon from Wanawak, Ontario, and the Kendall stores. And of course, Western Wisconsin Video Productions. Ken Manning would like to thank all of the area sponsors for this state tournament series, and good luck to all the teams and individuals as this wrestling season begins to wind down. Ken Manning hopes that you are enjoying today's special high school wrestling feature.
Now, is Ken planning on being in Cashton on Tuesday night?
I believe so.
Okay, that'd be exciting.
And I think it's going to be Wayne Keenan with him, but I'm not 100% sure.
That's good. I'm sure, based on what we're seeing here today, expect a packed house there. Right now, as we said, it looks like Fenimore and Iowa Grant going there from the Mineral Point sectional. And I know darn well we're going to see Aquinas come out of that Aquinas Super Regional. So that should be one classy team matchup again, just like last year at New Lisbon. I think that was a standing room only crowd last year at New Lisbon.
Well, really, Fenimore and Iowa Grant not that far away from Cashton, and those guys travel well.
Oh yes.
Cashton's got a nice gym. I don't know if it's quite as big as this one.
Well, that's probably not as big as this one, but you're all right. It's a newer gym. It's a nice gym. For school their size, it's a very nice gym.
It's bigger than the gym Viroqua's got.
Well, I tell you, that Viroqua gym has got a lot of fond memories. That goes back to way back to when I was a athlete. That's kind of scary, isn't it, Carl? My one and only sectional I wrestled there.
It was funny, and I have to, being a teacher at Viroqua and listening to the high school kids. Of course, all 3 of my daughters are in high school right now. But we took some kids out and toured Sleepy Hollow. And we were in the body shop, and they were talking about restoring, cars. And some of the kids said, do you work on the classic cars, like the ones from the 90s? I thought, those aren't classic cars, buddy. You've got to get into the 60s. 70s. So yeah, that's what he thought classic cars was from the 90s.
There, the young man from River Valley gets a fall there and advances. River Valley's had a nice tournament here today. They're in the top 4, which is good for them. Some nice individuals placing for them. Fall there, 108, so that'd be a 252 pin for the young man, which would be Zach Imes senior from River Valley with a 13-15 record. So that puts him as the 1. Johnson would be the 2. Johnson didn't see. We still got that match going on. With Chorick right now is.
Yeah, I'm not sure who won the 5th place match.
I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I did get it to update though. It was Simmons from Prairie du Chien won there, and he won by a fall. So Prairie du Chien got some more bonus points there with that pin.
So Simmons
has wrestled Imes, so that's not good. So that's spelling a wrestle back there for a 4 or 5. And then our 2 match. Let's see, Johnson beat Washorick from GT. And Week is way out in front here, so that takes away at least that wrestle back. No, because that does add to that wrestle back. As Week will get a chance at Johnson, so that's right now looking what we're going to have as another wrestle back at 220 for our true second. Minute 52 though to go in this match. That's the match we're showing you right now. Our feature match in the last weight class of the night. I always like saying that one, the last weight class of the night. Then we got to go back to wrestle.
The wrestle.
Yeah, I know. But we're our feature match there, which is going to have a lot of local flavor to it, because when you ever say Richland Center, River Valley going at it, that's been there now for at least back to the early 80s, where that was always quite a matchup. It was many, many years that Richland Center had the advantage of that until you got into the 80s, and then River Valley took over. And then it kind of swung back, and now back and forth the last couple of years, or so the last 5 to 10 years has been going back and forth.
You don't see many leg riders at 220, do you?
No. But he is from GET, you got to remember. So
he's like 7.5 feet tall, too.
Yeah,
so
that helps, too. Well, he's going to make he can make a comeback here yet. He drives this over.
He sits through on this.
Well, he's going to get it now. Oh, he did kick through it.
The patience that Week had to just let that go and wait for that scale to tip, and then right through.
Now this is this Week kid from Lodi. He had to wrestle behind a pretty good 220 pounder from last year, because that's who Teague Perkins went back and forth with, was a young man from Lodi. I'll find his name here in just a second as I dig through things. Yeah, that was Wyatt Rip last year. Him and Teague Perkins went back and forth. Teague beating him at the sectional here and then losing to him down in Madison. But got to believe this young man here, Week, wrestled against him quite often too. Week comes through and he's going to give us a wrestle back at 220.
Yeah, a major decision.
13-3, and we will have a wrestle back, 2 wrestle backs, I believe, at 220.
Well, we're going to keep the camera right there and not miss another local match, because our 3rd place match is going to feature Bruce Buckholtz of Richland Center, and he'll be racing,
close enough.
Racing.
That'll work. Except these 285 pounders, they're not in the 100-yard dash.
No.
Should be a good match.
No, but these guys that wrestle, I bet they could be distance runners. They're not going to set any record paces, but I'll bet they go for a while.
These two here have had some good battles. I've seen them all year long. Have been going back and forth with each other.
They must have to. Did they already? No, they didn't wrestle yet today. Why are we waiting? What's going on?
I'm not sure if they're
Zip Stop, with 6 convenient locations in the surrounding area: Westby, Genoa, Kendall, Lafarge, Ontario, and Waniwak. Take and bake pizzas from the Westby, Lafarge, and Genoa stores. Delicious, hot and ready food, plus perfectly seasoned roasted chicken from those same 3 stores. Food specials coming very soon from Waniwak, Ontario, and the Kendall stores.
There's a spot. It's not marked by an X, and it's not anywhere on a map. It comes from within, and it's defined by you. Where passion meets compassion. Where technology meets application. Where your path finds its way. Western Technical College, where your future is finally clear.
I thought he had his singlet on. Looked like he was ready to wrestle.
Well, I guess we'll come over here to the championship match.
Yeah, we better get on there because we're about to see a fall.
Championship match is
there it is.
From Wisconsin Dells and Copen from Lodi.
And that ends in a first period pin in 57 seconds.
Wow. Well, we'll just keep moving the camera right on down the line, and we're going to catch the 5th place match. Zoom in just a skosh. It's a word you don't hear very often. It's not hip lingo with the kids these days. So 5th place match is Wright, Dylan Wright from Prairie du Chien, and Cisco Jimenez from Melman GET.
I'm not too sure what.
You might have to, that should say on track.
It's got to be a medical default there.
3rd place.
Yeah, that's what it says too. It's a medical forfeit. So Buchholz is going to get 3rd. And Bindle medically forfeited to him. And Buchholz has already wrestled Strode, so that weight class is not going to have a wrestle back there. And now will Bindle. Bindle has not wrestled Jimenez, and he has not wrestled Wright. So
how do we do that?
So then it'll be
saving himself because he's got to have a wrestle back, and if he forfeits that, he's done.
Yep, it's going to be either he's going to wrestle back or he's going to, for whatever reason, he's done for the day.
Yeah, done for the day and done for the season are the same thing right now.
Yes, they are.
So that's a big decision to make.
Yep. Well, the best news out of that for Richland Center fans is that Bruce Buchholz is guaranteed 3rd. And now that means he's all good for next weekend at Wisconsin Dells. So we only got one match here left, and with Bindle being where he's at, it doesn't make any difference. He's going to have to wrestle again if he's going to stay in the state tournament series, which then gives us a chance as you keep watching that match and televising it. I'll look back and see where our wrestlebacks start. At 106, we ended up with Peterson 1, Haiti 2, Ness 3, and Koss 4. But no, Koss is right now is, okay, we only have 3. So we do have a wrestleback here. So that's our first one. Then we move on to 113, and that weight class is locked in with all 4 participants. 120 with 1, 2, 3, but we do have a wrestle back going on there, so that's our second one of the round. Wrestle back. Close
Jimenez
to
is
pin down there, don't you?
Yeah, he's getting close. He's got 32 seconds to get something done. He is leading by a score of 2-1. We're 25 seconds to go in period number 2. So even if he doesn't get the pin, he's going to be leading 5-1.
2 more wrestle backs we pick up at 126.
Yeah, there's a lot of beef down there.
That's a tight headlock, too.
Guy's head's turning purple.
It is, yeah.
5-1 your score as Jimenez leads right going into the third period. Jimenez elects to start that period in the down position.
Well, that's right. We got one big wrestle back at 132 we want to see. That's Ethan Dobbs has got a chance to get second place here yet as he takes on Ryder Caney. So we don't want to miss that one. The bus can't leave yet.
No. Well, then we've got to wait till at least 45 because Burroker's got a chance to punch his 4th place ticket.
Okay. 38 is locked. It's up to 6. Wrestlebacks.
Well, Jimenez able to get the escape, pull ahead 6-1.
Yep, there he is. He's going to be our 8th wrestleback at 145. Then we move up to 52. That's locked in. 60, we got a
nice slide by Jimenez and right into near fall criteria, right on the edge of the mat. So 8 plus a few. Kind of precarious right there on the edge of the mat. Gonna try and pull him back in. And the pin. 5:19 pin time for Cisco Jimenez. Well, before we start the wrestlebacks, I think we'll give Ken Manning an opportunity to give some more credit where credit is due as far as the sponsors go for today. So we'll take a quick break and come back with the wrestlebacks after this.